great way to set the table. It has been a thrill to be alongside Debbie Taylor all season long. And here we go. Cameron indoor. We're at the Crow's Nest, up in the Crow's Nest. Virginia winning the opening tip. The Cavaliers out there in their visiting orange. And Kennedy Brown with the first rebound of the game.
These are two very good defensive teams, and Duke's defense is just getting better and better every time they take the floor. They just came off a win against number 6 NC State and held them 18 points below their season scoring average.
You just saw the Duke starting lineup of Jackson, Donovan, Mayer, Richardson, and Brown. Fairly consistent lineup for the last couple months after kind of mixing things around early. And from distance right there, Richardson on the board.
The junior's been so steady all season long, and she's just really starting to light it up from long range.
Richardson leaves the team with almost 12 as you take a look at Smith, Johnson, Clark, Taylor, and Brunel. One of the great things about this Virginia team and the transfer portal is they've got 3 players that practically grew up right or in or around Charlottesville.
And Kymora Johnson, the superstar freshman, is one of them. He said she could walk home. She's 2 miles away from campus. So her family's at every game cheering her on. It's got to be nice.
That's awesome. Coach Mox will have more on her, but that is also part of the attraction as she is bringing Virginia women's basketball back to the top. And Kara Lawson certainly doing the same thing for Duke women's basketball.
Both of them have really, in their short stays in their programs, of bringing them to new heights. And Coach Mox picking up a Virginia program that had only won 5 games and 3 times that many wins already this season.
And you've known her a long time, right, Debbie?
She is. Since she was 18, and she has always been the consummate underachiever. She was an overachiever. She's an undersized post player, such a battler, such a good person, such a believer in young people and a molder of young women. She's just one of the best.
Brown makes it, and then Kara Lawson, 4th season, 64-30. And coming off some big wins, a great comeback win over the Tar Heels, and then I'll tell you, that beatdown on NC State was impressive. I could not keep my eyes off of that game.
Yeah, Coach Lawson has just coached up this defense this season. This team just keeps getting better, and she's one of 3 NCAA Division I women's basketball coaches to play in a Final Four, win an Olympic gold medal, and a WNBA championship.
Tie-up will go to Duke as Virginia won the opening tip, and Kara Lawson looking on. T. Mayer, transfer from Boston College. Richardson rolling, Richardson.
Great scissor cuts off the post, and you get to see Kennedy Brown. One of her best skills other than anchoring the defense is what a great passer she is.
7-0 start for Duke. In and out as Virginia starting this one cold. 0 for their first 5 from the floor. Team Mayer step back. Ripped down by Virginia. That's Cameron Taylor, 5th-year transfer from Marquette. Go ahead.
Great rebound by Cam Taylor. She had a fantastic game against Louisville. Virginia went into the Yum Center and knocked off number 20 Louisville in the last game. Cam Taylor, a big part of that win.
Missed 3 there, rebound. Yeah, Virginia.
Kennedy Brown is one of the best passing post players in the league, and you see the scissor cut that turns into a curl cut right there for Reigan Richardson, and Kennedy Brown just places the ball right in her hands. What a luxury to have her passing ability.
7-0. Duke starting 2 for 3. Richardson feeling it. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Another great drive.
Well, you said it, Dean. The Duke beating number 6 NC State and Cameron in their last game. They just looked incredible on both sides of the ball. They were firing on all cylinders, winning that game 69-58, holding NC State to 33% shooting, one of the top 10 teams in the country. And they are just, coaches want you to play your best basketball in March. Well, that's what these 2 programs are doing.
Indeed. Virginia, you remember Duke's going to play North Carolina on Sunday. Virginia smoked North Carolina up in Charlottesville. North Carolina was never, ever in that game.
Well, and prior to beating Louisville, they beat Miami by 17 points. So they're really firing on all cylinders right now. These young freshmen who have been contributing so much, starting to put all the pieces together.
9-zip though. Duke. Brown gets her hand in there. No foul, but Taylor stays with it for the first 2 points for the Cavaliers. Richardson one more time. Felt like it was an and one. They don't give it to her, but she makes it anyway. And that's going to lead to a Virginia timeout.
One of the concerns of Virginia was a slow start for the Cavaliers, but you see Duke, they're out to a big start with a breakaway layup. They love transition. The lead pass down the floor, and Reigan Richardson is out and running. 2 more for the Devils.
D in Duke.
Yes, there is, and it is one of the best Ds for defense in the country. You can see Duke holds its opponents under their scoring average. They are #1 in the ACC in points allowed. If you want to score against Duke, you're going to have to execute in the half court. The best way to play against Duke is to beat them down the court and not let them get set up defensively.
Unfortunately, Debbie, my teammates in high school called me Een. Do you get it? No D. Travel.
That's Ashlyn Jackson doing a great job defending that drive to the basket. Duke does a really nice job keeping their player in front of them, defending one-on-one. A big part of team defense is being able to guard your own player.
11-2. 4 minutes into this one. Mayer. Tough shot and makes it.
T. Mayer, the transfer from Boston College, only a sophomore, has really run the point for Duke with such precision. She's coming up a 20.7 assist performance against NC State.
Virginia 1 for 8 from the floor, make it 1 for 9. Meanwhile, Duke 4 for 5, and they'll push. Jackson, good effort. Mayer, that's a tough shot. Maybe it forced it just a little bit there, Debbie.
And Virginia's not getting bad looks. They're just not falling for them, and they're a very good shooting team, but they're a team that just typically has been starting slow, and they have a hard time getting out of the gate.
That was another perfect example of that, as that was a really good look, uncontested, but back of the rim. They did get the rebound for a second chance, drive it in. Nice help by Brown, and then the foul from Donovan.
Nice job by the graduate student London Clarkson to attack the basket and just dump that pass off to Cam Taylor. She draws the foul, and she's going to take herself to the free throw line. And Virginia is the top free throw shooting team in the ACC. They shoot over 77%.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Johnson at 81%, Taylor 84%, Brunel 86%.
I mean, how about that? I mean, that's just insane.
Yeah.
That's a coach's dream right there.
Perfect.
Cam Taylor's a big factor in this game, and Coach Mock's telling us, you know, last time these two teams met in Charlottesville, it was a 4-point game, and they got out to a slow start. They were down 13-3 to start that game, but all their post players got in foul trouble. Kennedy Brown did a great job making them play post defense. Nice job by Cam Taylor there, knocking that ball down.
Thomas is into the game. Oh, they find Brown. What a pass from Jackson, down low to Brown.
You got to have a body on Brown all the time, but great feed by Ashlyn Jackson.
15-4 with 4:30 remaining in the first. Kennedy Brown trying to get big. That's a contested shot, and Brown will get the rebound. Great D from Kennedy Brown on senior night.
6'6", she makes every shot in the paint difficult, and Cam Taylor's going to have to work for everything she gets tonight against Kennedy Brown. And you watch that matchup, and there's a turnover by the Blue Devils.
That's Delaney Thomas, who has had some big games of late for Kara Lawson and the Duke Blue Devils.
She's part of that very talented freshman class for Duke, and she's just gotten better and better as the season's gone on.
Thomas just a step late, so the basket for the Cavaliers.
It's a great take by Jillian Brown. She's a transfer from Northwestern, and Coach telling us she is really starting to turn it on, and she's a big piece of their success right now.
Thomas dribbled it right into trouble, is held up.
Watch this heads-up pass. Duke team distributes the ball so well. The no-look and the walk-away by sophomore Ashlyn Jackson. And then the Who's answer with the drive and the finish by Jillian Brown.
Emsbo, part of the senior night festivities, the Ivy League transfer. Kanawa, double dribble.
Camilla Emsbo finished her career at Yale. It's one of the top rebounders in history, and then comes here and plays a year at Duke. Not a bad resume for her for diplomas, huh?
Incredible. That's why they call them student athletes, and she is a great example of that. That's a great drive by Virginia as Johnson finishes it.
We talked about the freshman, and you see her craftiness. You just can't give her a line to the basket. She can score in so many ways. Over 15 points a game she averages in her freshman season. Dean, she dropped 35 against Florida State when they were ranked number 15, and she's in elite company with that number as a freshman with none other than Dawn Staley.
Thomas with a good cut. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
You see Kymora Johnson, how well she handles the ball and uses her body and gets that up on the glass and finishes it. She's a great one-on-one player.
Yeah, that was phenomenal, D. That's a tough shot to make with the inside hand in and around the basket. That's a scorer's touch right there, as you mentioned some of her scoring exploits this season. See what Taylor can do with the line.
She was named ACC's Rookie of the Week, well, two-time, but last week she led the ACC freshman with over 19 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. Pretty incredible stat line.
Thomas makes both. Came in shooting 65% from the line.
Unless the Blue Devils get into their press, and Coach Mock's telling us the biggest thing for her team today was to handle the pressure and play with poise.
Richardson with the help, and Kanawa knocks it away. We've talked all season about Kanawa, so I thought I totally agreed with one of the best producers in the country on the decision to highlight Kanawa. She's got that motor that's unbelievable. Nice bucket.
Johnson is just a flat-out scorer.
Mayer gets it down to Emsbo. Thomas, Kanawa. Kanawa has it stolen away, and the lead's only 7. Virginia, despite shooting just 29%, they can cut it to 5.
Cavaliers have a lot of scoring weapon. There's Johnson for 3. Off the top of the basket, it's going the other way, but there's a lot of players on Virginia that can put the ball in the basket. They had 4 players in double figures in that Louisville win.
Kanawa, Thomas, Emsbo, Mayer, and Richardson on the court for Kara Lawson. Thomas sets her feet kind of flat 3. Virginia's going to push it. Good outlet. And blocked by Richardson, off of Virginia and back to Duke.
Reigan Richardson has just stepped into a big role this season on both sides of the ball, and we've seen her knock down the 3, but now she hustles back on defense, breaks that play up, and gets the ball back for Duke.
I'm still thinking about that no-look pass from Jackson. That was unbelievable.
Duke shares the ball so incredibly well. They assist on 55% of their field goals. This is an amazing stat. Such unselfish play.
Richardson, tough pass to Thomas. Now Team Mayer, little isolation, little shake and bake. Picked back up by Thomas. Thomas dribbles into trouble. Mayer, as the shot clock expires, has to force that one up.
Good defense by Virginia.
Under a minute left in the first quarter. Extra pass for the Cavaliers and a smooth finish coming from Nguyen.
Great try by Taylor. Dump off pass for the open shot. You don't see many open shots against Duke, but Virginia's been able to create some good opportunities for themselves early in the first quarter.
Kara Lawson calls a play. Richardson back to the rim and a push from behind by Akanawa.
Virginia's just opting to leave Delaney Thomas open behind the three-point line. They're like, go ahead and shoot it. They're going to take those odds.
She can make a three, but that first attempt was flat.
15 seconds for the Cavs here. Opportunity to get some momentum going into the second quarter. Horn set. Free screen.
Little runner. Rebound for Thomas, and that'll do it. Bench, but she'll get back in there for Kara Lawson. Kennedy Brown back out there. Cable, who was trying to check in late in the first quarter, will start the second quarter along with Jackson, Donovan, and Mayer. Travel underneath the basket by Brown.
And out of the quarter, Duke runs a little up screen, trying to get Kennedy Brown the ball on the block. Virginia does a nice job converging two players on her, and she travels. There's the pressure by Duke, forcing turnovers, back-to-back turnovers to start the second quarter.
Fourth turnover for Virginia. Right before that, Duke had their sixth turnover. Donovan down to Brown. Brown finds Mayer. Mayer dribbles into a double team. Cable attacks the basket and is fouled.
Emma Cable, the sophomore, driving that closeout, putting some pressure on the defense, and that's a foul on Cam Taylor. It's crucial that Cam Taylor stays out of foul trouble, plays with discipline, and stays in this game. Her team needs her to play as many minutes as possible.
Wow, that was forced.
And you can't force feed the post. You need a ball fake, a shot fake, or move it to another angle. Can't stare her down like that.
Somebody had to be open because there were 4 orange jerseys around Brown. 4. Good help defense.
Duke's ball screen defense has just been stellar all season with that high hedge.
Donovan, the rip and run. It goes off the back heel of Brown. Unexpected turnover and a little gift wrapped up there for Paris Clark.
Donovan just dribbled it off her foot.
It went off of Brown's foot, actually. I'm pretty sure, Debbie. Brown was right in front of her and it hit the back of her heel.
Jaden Donovan, another superstar freshman on this Duke team. Number 3 recruit in the country. She has such a great upside, and she's just contributed in so many ways as well this season.
Duke forcing a few things.
Went off Kennedy Brown's foot. It's just an unfortunate situation right there, but Virginia capitalizes on it nonetheless. Said Dean, this game is so critical for the Blue Devils. If they win this game, they still stay in the running, depending on what happens in some other big games tonight. We'll look at that later on. What a great pass by the freshman.
Beautiful pass. And Brown with the finish. Donovan, another one of those superstar freshmen, complete package.
Blue Devils switching it up on the perimeter, just keeping Virginia in front of them.
Ooh, that's a foul. Yeah, unnecessary. She does that every once in a while.
Kennedy Brown does such a great job. 6'6", she gets out on that high hedge, but she makes a beautiful basket cut right here. It's for the easy lane, and that's just being smart off the ball, reading the defense, taking what they give you. Nice job by Kennedy Brown on senior night.
5 assists on 6 field goals made for Duke. And an extra step, one too many on the pivot there from the freshman from Sweden.
Virginia's got several freshmen that play, and Coach Mox is really trying to build a strong foundation. They continue to get better because these freshmen, similar to the ones on Duke, have now gotten game time and experience. They've played a tough schedule, and now they're really both teams firing on all cylinders.
Donovan. Nice touch. The backboard. Old school shot. Like it.
No rotation on that defensive possession, but a beautiful shot by the freshman.
You know, Brown secondary, but again, Reigan Richardson's D right there. Are you kidding me?
Reigan Richardson is just an elite defender. So many of these Blue Devils just play defense at such a high level, and their team defense, if you can't catch them coming down the floor and drive to the rim or get an open shot, you have a really difficult time scoring. And another back cut and a great pass and a timeout by Coach Mox.
Their eyes are unbelievable. The passing outstanding, the cuts even better, and then they'll even finish. Cable has earned playing time because of D and a perfect dish. Duke leads it.
Beating their defender and making the help come, and you see here Cameron Taylor has to come up to help when their defender is beat, and that allows this backdoor cut for the easy layup. The Blue Devils attacking the basket, playing off ball. Jaden Donovan finishing at the rim for the easy bucket.
Textbook and clinical breakdown from our esteemed colleague Debbie Taylor. When Duke is clicking, they make this game really fun.
You have to keep them in front of you, but wow, I mean, their ability to share the basketball and see teammates, it's just really incredible how well they're playing right now.
Duke on a 6-0 run, and now an unforced turnover. That'll be the 7th turnover for Virginia. Duke has 8 turnovers. Virginia with Clark, Brown, Taylor, Johnson, and Clarkson out there defensively. Jackson, Donovan, Cable, Richardson, and Brown.
Cavaliers switching in right now. Jaden Donovan's got a little bit of a mismatch.
A little less movement this time. It's still a great pass. You don't even need movement. Donovan draws the player over and drops it to Brown.
It's beautiful basketball by Duke right now.
25-14, an 8-0 run over the last 2:30 for Duke. That's a tough shot. Wow, the power of Taylor.
I think that's what Duke needs. They need Cameron Taylor to get the ball, but they need to run the floor back on defense. Emma Cable with a wide open bucket.
Cable leaks out, and eyes are always up. Debbie Taylor, you've talked all season about how well this Duke team shares the basketball.
If you let Duke get out in transition, it is going to be a long night. You've got to stop the ball and hustle back on defense.
Contested 3 as Cable got out there. We've talked about it before. Cable did not play much last year. She plays D this year.
You just watch great off-ball movement by the Blue Devils. And again, they're able to get into the heart of the defense and drop that pass. An easy one for Kennedy Brown.
Brown. Cable gives it back to Brown. And Brown will go to the line. Nice give and go from Brown.
Duke's doing a nice job with the screen and roll right now, and Virginia really has not figured out what to do about it. But if that foul's on Cam Taylor, that is her second, and she's going to have to come out of the game.
Kennedy Brown is a phenomenal free throw shooter. We have already heard Debbie Taylor talk about the fact that she's 6'6". She's shooting almost 90% from the line.
Virginia freshman Taylor Louderback comes into the game. Oh, excuse me, graduate students Taylor Louderback. She's 6'7", so they're going to put some more size on the floor. She's a transfer from Wisconsin. We'll see if she's able to guard Kennedy Brown.
Brown is now 43 of 48. And I almost feel like they should hang that in her locker room, just a reminder to keep attacking the basket.
Nothing's easy for the Cavaliers right now, but that's what you got to do. You got to make the nice backdoor cut. That's a beautiful connection to Kymora Johnson for the finish. Great read on defense, and Kennedy Brown runs the floor.
Boy, Kymora Johnson has shown the unique ability to finish in and around the rim, even with her inside hand.
And she's just able to read her defense. And Duke, they're going to pressure, they're going to overplay, and she gets a step on Reigan Richardson and is able to finish that. She's, for a freshman, boy, she's just so incredibly talented and so incredibly smart. She's part of the 13th ranked recruiting class for Virginia. I asked Coach Mox, I said, how'd you get her? She said, well, she had no intention of coming when we first arrived, but I got her to visit. She committed on her official visit, and now she's 2 miles from home.
That works. Four for 4, so now 45 of 50 on the season from the line for the 6'6", number 42, Kennedy Brown. Those are phenomenal numbers.
She's just been such an anchor on the defensive end since her arrival. She was transferred from Oregon State, but when she came to Durham, I mean, she's really been stellar and a great drive. And if you want to beat Duke, it's one of the ways to do it is just don't let the defense set up. Get it down the floor, attack the rim. And you see Paris Clark, she's a sophomore transfer from Arizona. She's really starting to play well for Coach Mox. Great basket attack there, and she's able to draw the foul and get to the free throw line.
And one cuts the lead to 10. It's 31-21 as we work our way to 4 minutes remaining left here in the first half. Senior night for the Duke Blue Devils.
Virginia's gone to a 2-3 zone here, and let's see if this is able to stop the scoring by Duke.
Emsbo blocked. It'll stay with Duke. Emsbo thought it was off her.
I said Louderback, she's 6'7". She's the tallest player on the floor right now.
Mayer gets it into Donovan, now over to Richardson. Richardson drives into trouble. And it's going to come back to Virginia. Jump ball arrow for the Cavaliers.
Duke continues with their full court pressure. Johnson calling out the play for the Cavs.
Cable locking in again, and that's what I was starting to say earlier. That's why she gets on the court a lot more, not because she can shoot threes like no other, but her D has been strong all year. Donovan rips it down.
Blue Devils just make it so hard for you to get a shot off.
Donovan ripped the rebound, went the distance, and just missed the little running layup.
And so many of these Blue Devils can just take it off the rim and go coast to coast.
That is the truth. 10-point lead. Duke shooting 59%, 10 for 17. With exquisite passing. Donovan using the rim. Mayer finds Donovan, and that was exquisite passing.
One of the ways to beat the zone is to get behind it, and Donovan right now is getting behind the defense and using that baseline back cut twice in a row now for easy buckets. Another great pass.
Travel.
Virginia goes to a 2-3 zone. Again, attack the middle, step up to help, and Donovan makes you pay one more time.
Good handle by Team Air. Great pass by Team Air. Donovan, tremendous finish. 33-21. Donovan flashes. Now Emsbo, back cut from Mayer. Richardson creates her own space. Yes.
Emsbo, another very good passing post player, and if you can catch that ball on the free throw line against the zone, it gives you options, and she finds Reigan Richardson. Right now, nothing's going right for Virginia on the offensive end.
No, they've been over 2 minutes without a point. Wow, that looked like a charge to me.
Paris Clark, she just gets in there, throws up a prayer. Little reverse dribble and
Watch the right arm.
Throws it up.
Watch this right arm here, Debbie.
The officials called the foul on Duke, and Paris is going to the free throw line for the three-point play, and it's a 11-point game, Dean.
The shot was ridiculous. Just threw it up there.
They needed that bucket, though, and it's just like Duke's defense just makes nothing easy as Emsbo is going to go one-on-one.
You said it, though, 6'7" out there for the Virginia Cavaliers. Lauterbach. Trying to get position on Donovan, and Donovan is called for the foul.
It's graduate student London Clarkson working hard down there on the block. Without Cam Taylor in the game, they need some other scorers, and working hard for post position, calling for the ball, able to get herself to the free throw line, and right now the free throw line is keeping Virginia in this game.
Jackson's going to come in for Cable. Usually, I mean, the minute you get 2 fouls, Kara Lawson normally pulls you, but only 1:19 remaining, so she's going to keep Donovan out there.
And neither team has missed a free throw thus far. That's 6 for 6 for the Hoos, 10 for 10 for Duke. Virginia's going to stay in the 2-3 zone.
Richardson to Jackson. Right, the Cavaliers. See if they push and try to get it. 2 opportunities here in the final minute. Emsbo with the reach in.
Emsbo a little late on that high hedge, and Paris Clark makes her pay and gets herself back to the free throw line. Let's see if we can keep the streak going, Dean.
Yep, 6 for 6. I did a baseball game yesterday, 5th inning. Young man had a perfect game. The minute I said perfect, he walked, and I'm like, that's all right. No hitter's going to be fine, and next guy jacked a double.
All right, well, then you hush right here. Let Paris shoot. She's got 9 points, leading her team in scoring right now. She's played at Arizona for a year, and a big transfer portal get for Coach Mox. It's a Long Island girl. There's the miss, Dino. It's your fault.
Jackson. Richardson. Man, she's so smart. She's like, all right, I have a decent shot, but I can get a better one.
That's just knowing your personnel. You cannot leave Reigan Richardson alone. I mean, we've watched her shoot the 3. She's got such a nice mid-range. You got to know where she is at all times.
Virginia would love a bucket here. Long distance 3 from the 6'7", number 41, Lauterbach. But now Duke can hold for the last shot. They've got a 10-point lead. Let's see when they go. Looks like they're going to wait till 5. Now Kara's saying, let's go. Mayer, Donovan with the high screen in the corner. Jackson, tough pass to handle, but the 3 is there.
Pretty half for the Blue Devils.
Kara Lawson was fired up after that Jackson three. You love seeing it. Second half underway alongside the great Debbie Taylor. I'm Dean Linke, delighted to be with you here on senior night. On a night where if Duke can get a win, depending on what happens in the other games, they could move up to fourth. Virginia off to a nice start, good drive up and in. They score the first two of the second half, Debbie.
Nice job by Paris Clark off the whiteboard, and Virginia's got Cameron Taylor back in the game, and then she had to sit for the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, and that really hurt them. She's a big scorer and a big defender for them, so now she's back, ready to go.
Richardson will give it to Jackson with 10 on the shot clock. Brown peels off. Richardson, Donovan hustles, and great work by Smith to handle. Donovan comes running back. Set for three, that would be huge, but in and out. Unlucky for Virginia as Brunel was open. Boy, speaking of open, Donovan was just open a moment ago.
Sam Brunel is just a great three-point shooter. Started her career at Notre Dame, played 3 seasons, got her undergrad degree, and went back home. Another kid who lives right by UVA. She can light it up from long range.
Donovan, Jackson in the corner and in.
And Ashlyn Jackson can light it up from long range, and she loves those corners.
Pressure from Duke.
Tell you what, Kymora Johnson, the freshman, is handling Duke's pressure so incredibly well. What poise she plays with.
Donovan hangs in there defensively to deal with Clark. Extra pass, Mayer's gonna give it back to Richardson. Share and share some more.
It is nice to share, isn't it, Dean?
It really is.
Nothing has been easy for the Cavaliers on the offensive end. We just continue to watch this Kennedy Brown, Cam Taylor matchup.
Brown. That was Brown actually defensively and then tipped the rebound, which they got back.
She does such a great job altering shots, and Brown for three. I think that would have brought the house down, Dean.
Donovan really is unselfish. Stepped out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. Brown showing some emotion here.
Push the ball ahead in transition. The ball moves on the pass. No dribbles and the easy finish. Share the ball.
You said it, no dribbles.
UVA with a little press of their own. They've got to do something to get more possessions, get the ball back, create some offense with their defense. Take some time off the shot clock.
Mayer broke that press pretty much all by herself. Brown posting up. Mayer sets her feet for three. Back of the rim, rebound Virginia.
Nice rebound by Smith. She's a transfer from Minnesota. She came in last season. And the ball just will not fall for the Cavaliers.
I don't think Coach Mox loved that three-pointer. That was way downtown. Jackson, Jackson starting to heat up. She's got 9.
She hadn't scored until she hit that three at the buzzer, and now here she goes. It just shows you all the offensive weapons that Duke has. Anybody can be anybody's night on any given night.
That is the truth and then some. Good rebounding underneath the basket by Virginia. Nice work by the Cavaliers to stay with it, and that's a trait from Coach Mox for sure.
She preaches defense and rebounding, and Cam Taylor works just so hard. I think she's going to get called for her 3rd foul there. Ashlyn Jackson uses the screen, pullback dribble, creates some separation, and she is feeling it right now.
She'll get a little break. Brown. Somehow they get it back. No idea how.
Took it out of Brown's hands, then T. Mayer takes it out of Virginia's hands. And T. Mayer, who is the scoring star of the NC State game, has been quiet today because she hasn't needed to be, but she calls her own number that time, Dino.
I love that shot. Love that play. That is a tough shot to make, and she made it look easy. 50 points for Duke, 31 for Virginia.
And Virginia's getting into the danger zone here. They need to come up with an answer and find a way to score. And they're no stranger to comeback. They've come back twice this year from 15 points down, but this hole is getting deep.
That's a great shot by Johnson. Was not an easy shot either, Debbie.
A freshman, when you need an answer, give her the ball and let her go to work. She can create her own shot so incredibly well.
Kymora into the game, has not taken a shot. High screen from Brown, perfect pass. And Kennedy Brown will draw the foul.
Blue Devils are doing a nice job reading the ball screen defense by Virginia, and they're going to come out and double team the ball, and Kennedy Brown's just going to slip right out of that screen to the basket. Nice bounce pass. Virginia tries to get in place for the charge, but very good free throw shooter back at the line.
Already 6 for 6, 6 of her 12. Oh.
We wanted her to go perfect on senior night. I did.
Yeah. Kennedy Brown, senior for senior on senior night, as Emsbo will come in for Brown. She's earned a break. Solid first 5 minutes of the third quarter from Brown.
Virginia again having to play without Cameron Taylor. And we see Taylor Lauterbach back in the game.
Yeah, they're not in rhythm right now, Virginia.
Credit Duke's defense. Duke's defense, that's what they do to you. They just force you out of your cadence. They're disruptive. They make everything difficult.
51 to 33. A great start to the third quarter for Duke.
See, Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare home insurance options so you can get what you need without overpaying.
Yeah, we spent a lot on this kitchen.
Oh, yeah, really high-end stuff.
Sorry, that's our ghost.
Yeah, okay.
It's more annoying than anything.
Too bad there's mold behind the backsplash. Yep, there's mold.
Well then, let's see if we can save you some money with Progressive.
Guess how much I originally paid for this fireplace? $23. Materials and labor.
Just ignore him.
You got bamboozled.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Scores. Everything looks to be perfect right now for Kara Lawson. Obviously, there's a lot of time left in all those other games as well. I don't know about you, but the ACC tournament, nobody wants to play Duke. Nobody wants to play Duke.
And Duke started out, they were picked 7th to start the season. A young team, a heralded freshman class, some new players. They lost Vanessa De Jesus, their point guard, to a knee injury, but they have little by little just continued to improve. And right now, they are just a lot of fun to watch.
Kanoa back out there. Donovan, oh, great idea, Emsbo.
It's just a tough pass for Emsbo to catch, but you see that curl cut by Donovan to get to the free throw line and how it opens the back of the zone up.
For me, Donovan's one of the best players in the league. Honestly, I just think she does so much.
And she's incredibly understated, but she does. She brings so much to the table. She's just one of those pieces that makes everyone on the team better, and only a freshman.
Kanoa misses the layup. Looks over at Kara Lawson. I'm telling you, I don't even mind when she misses a layup because she just does everything at such a high pace.
And she's only going to get better. I mean, we've watched her improve so much already this season, and you know, the #3 recruit in the country coming into Duke, she just lets the game come to her.
Under 4 minutes remaining, 51-33. Kanawa called for the foul. Kanawa is never afraid to guard a player that has 4 or 5 inches on her and like 30 pounds on her.
She's just a stellar on-ball defender. Those long arms, those quick feet. Nice take by Virginia, getting to the rim. They got to finish some layups. There we go. Lauterbach with the easy one on the second shot opportunity.
Nice job by Lauterbach, using her left hand as well. It's 51-35.
Blue Devils have done a nice job getting the ball into the middle of the zone and playing inside out. Virginia needs to keep their hands up, get active, take away some vision. You see that nice flash cut by Donovan. Virginia knocking it loose.
Gets it to Mayer. Richardson tries the 3. Kanawa gets her hand on it, but the push coming from Virginia. The Cavaliers all the way to the basket. Donovan, are they going to call that on Donovan or Mayer?
Donovan with the block. Donovan has 33 blocks on the season for the freshman. Paris Clark, she gets tagged on the arm there, and Donovan just skies up. Duke #2 in the country in block shots, or excuse me, #3, 6.2 per game. Kennedy Brown has 38, Emsbo has 40, and the freshman Donovan has 33.
Boy, those are impressive numbers on so many levels. I mean, Emsbo doesn't play that much and to have that many blocks, and then Donovan isn't that big to have that many blocks as she jumps out of the building.
She's got quite a vertical. Another missed free throw by the Cavaliers.
And the rebound from Donovan. Oh, Donovan to Emsbo.
How about that vision? I mean, just, and her pass delivery's gotten so much better over the course of the season.
Shot from Virginia. Ripped down by Kanawa. Kanawa, great pace. Thought about taking it the whole way.
Good decision, though.
Yeah.
Good decision.
Yeah, you nailed it, Debbie. Emsbo turns, drives. Look at Donovan, rips it out of there. She does travel, but Donovan is special.
Duke has great rebounding guards. Embo with the take, and Donovan just comes from off ball and crashes the boards. Both she and Kanawa, who he said is the leading rebounder on the team. Just great rebounding guards with a nose for the ball.
Donovan, so fun to watch. Even when she comes out for the second half, the rest of the players are shooting. She's jumping rope. I mean, and at an incredible pace. Like, she's so fun to watch.
Dino, did you used to jump rope in high school?
No. I'll tell you, my boys actually did do you know how there's that big Chapel Hill
the bouncing Bulldogs.
Yeah, they both did it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's a commitment. Those kids are up early in the morning.
Oh, my.
Virginia here with a 15-point deficit. We said they've done it twice already this year. They've come back from big deficits, but they got to start putting some points on the board. Continuing to stay in the 2-3 zone. They have to keep the ball out of the middle.
Kanawa to Brown. Brown, step back. Not quite there.
But I like that Kennedy Brown looks for her shot from there. She can hit that shot all day long. Duke just isn't going to stop with the pressure.
One of the things I love about the pressure is even if they break the press, 10 seconds are cleared off the shot clock immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I think the intent sometimes is to speed you up, and it is also just to eat into the shot clock. As Cam Taylor's back in the game, she's able to draw the foul on Delaney Thomas.
So Thomas in some of these big wins has come up big, a little quiet tonight.
Well, you wondered how long Coach Mox was going to keep Cam Taylor on the bench. I mean, she's so critical, and a little hip check right there by Akanawa. A little shot fake, change of pace by Kymora Johnson. She is so much fun to watch, and she's going to get herself to the free throw line.
So Mayor's going to come in for Akanawa.
Johnson's an 81% free throw shooter. They got some folks in the 80s, Dean.
Makes it look clean. Both teams have been shooting the ball well from the line. Virginia 10 for 12, Duke 11 for 12.
10 points for the freshman. Leads down to 13. If Virginia can get a stop and a bucket here.
Brown, good pass back. And Thomas scores.
Passing ability of Kennedy Brown. When you're double teamed, your post buddy needs to dive to the basket, and Kennedy Brown knew right where Thomas was.
Left hand again, Brown gets in there, and Brown is fouled. Kennedy Brown.
Ball goes inside, the double team comes, your post buddy dives. Another great assist by Kennedy Brown. Doing a great job on senior night.
Yeah, she played right through. I mean, Taylor was practically ripping the right arm off of Brown. Brown played right through it and then got the 2 points.
Lauterbach just had a nice opportunity with that easy layup to cut into this lead. You can't miss shots like that in a game like this. Kennedy Brown gonna get a jump ball.
That'll keep the ball with Duke.
A 13-second differential with game clock and shot clock. Virginia needs to stop here.
Mayer with the shot clock winding down, just throws it off the 6'7", number 41. $19 seconds on the shot clock, 31 on the game clock here. The Thomas pass to Brown deflected. Miami going to try to push. All 5 white jerseys get back though together.
A big opportunity for Virginia here. The horn set. Johnson 2 screens, and we're going to get an offensive foul. And if that's Cam Taylor, that is her 4th.
Yeah, she is not happy as she's talking it over with the officials.
So it was called on Lauterbach, fortunately. A golden opportunity there for Virginia.
Jackson's in the corner, in case people are wondering. Mayer's going to drive all the way in. And they'll miss it at the bucket.
Dream statistic in opposition, Dean. Virginia only has 2 assists on the game.
And you have been on that all season long. Also, you have talked about the importance of Kennedy Brown coming alive at the right time, and Brown rips down the rebound.
I think both Kennedy Brown and Camilla Emsbo have made great progress throughout the season on both sides of the ball, and they really are playing their best basketball right now, and a big part of the surge of this Duke team.
They're going to need to, because they're going to run into some, for lack of a better word, some biggins in the ACC and the NCAA tournament, right?
Little Liz Kitley.
Yeah. Brown. Good hustle.
Talk about rebounding guards. How about Reigan Richardson in there?
Cable with a good pass over to Reigan Richardson. Step back. Brown hustles. Reigan Richardson picks it up, thinking pass all the way. Cable just a little too long. Brown is fouled on the floor.
All right, now, obviously, Duke is just winning the hustle plays and giving themselves extra opportunities. And Virginia, They want to stay in this one with this 15-point deficit. They're the ones that have to win the hustle plays and bring the extra energy and create some offensive opportunities with their defense. Force some turnovers, pull some rebounds.
Richardson, smooth.
How good is Reigan Richardson?
She's smooth.
17 points on the day for the junior, and it just makes it look easy. If you get hung on the screen and you give her some room, she's gonna drill it in your face. Virginia's ball screen defense tonight has just not done a whole lot to stop the Duke offense, and they're tough to guard, and because they read defense so well.
Mayor's coming in for Thomas. Brown did everything right except she put her arms down. Arms stay up and probably gets a block.
It was nice execution though by Virginia on the inbounds play, feeding the post, getting that ball in there to London Clarkson, getting herself to the free throw line. Virginia's 10 of 12 on the day from the charity stripe. Clarkson shoots a little over 73%.
Missed the first one, averages 6.5. She came into this one with 14 starts.
She's a graduate student. She's getting her master's in educational psychology right now at Virginia. Transferred in from Florida State a while back.
Jackson, Cable, Mayer, and punched away. Good defense coming from Clarkson. See Coach Mox looking on.
Coach Mox has done such a great job in her 2 years in Charlottesville. Their attendance is just going up right now. 5th in the ACC in attendance. They're averaging over 4,600 fans, and they expect to have a sellout in the JPJ for Senior Day when they play. Virginia Tech comes to town at the end of the week. She's just continuing to elevate this Virginia program brick by brick, create the culture that she wants, build the foundation. We said she's already tripled the wins when she's arrived.
(56-38). Cavaliers starting to think about some threes, and they'll take that three from Jillian Brown, the junior from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
That was one of the most open shots you see them get all night. And again, they got down the floor quickly and didn't let Duke set up in the half-court defense. You just cannot play a half-court game with Duke. They're too good defensively.
Jackson, Brown, Richardson, Mayer, and Cable out there for Duke. Richardson, fade away. Wow. That was like Kevin Durant-esque right there.
I mean, that's just incredible footwork with that reverse pivot to create the space. Wow. Reigan Richardson transferred in from Georgia 2 years ago, and this year is a much bigger role, and boy, has she embraced it.
Well, you nailed it. I mean, to me, it kind of shows the identity of the Duke team. As we first look at Virginia's first made three.
Virginia gets down the floor, they space the floor, they share the ball and find the open shooter. So they shoot the three well.
Here's my point on Reigan, Debbie, and see if you support it. If she wanted to be selfish, she could do 35 a game, but that's just not how Duke plays.
It's not. They just share the ball so well, as we said. And Reigan used to be like the third perimeter option last year, and now she's the go-to. But she's always looking for the best possible shot for her teammates. And another great pass, and the assists continue to pile up. There's one for Cable, your girl.
Well, Cable's earned that time, and she drew the play over Exactly how you want to do it. On the attack, wait, drop in. 60-41 Duke. Richardson is a basketball player.
She has just been so impressive, steadily improving this season, and what a night. 20 points on 8 for 12 shooting, and she just makes it look easy, Dean.
Mayer. Gritty D from number 22. Virginia.
7 minutes to go in this one. Virginia's got to make their move now.
Gee with the inbounds, the Cavaliers.
They've got some very good long-range shooters on their team and some very capable scorers. And that one just gets the nice roll for the freshman Johnson.
You said they got to make their move now. That they need stops. That's Johnson defensively knocking it out of bounds. Mayer gets trapped in the corner. Now the numbers are there. Emsbo. Bad pass to Cable, knocked away by Virginia.
That's what Virginia needs. Extra possessions, but they're unable to convert. That was a little push-off under the basket. An easy two. Here come the Cavs. See if they can keep the momentum going.
15-point game. Donovan over to Mayer.
Duke's just going to take their time in the half court. Clock's their friend right now. Eat some of it up on every possession.
Richardson drops it to Donovan.
Another turnover.
Yep, good idea. Emsbo, though, rolled away from that pass. Your hand's got to be up when Donovan gets around the bucket.
This man made a living tonight sitting in the back of the defense with those back cuts.
That's a nice pass. Extra one, air ball.
Those are the shots at this point in the game that have to go in.
Mayer to Richardson. Richardson sets her feet. Are you kidding me? I said smooth. I mean, that stroke is sweet.
Richardson's right there forcing that travel. Ball goes back to Duke just when UVA had a little momentum. Tide turns back towards the Blue Devils.
.28 remaining in the game. Emsbo, along with Brown, the two seniors recognized pregame on senior night with their family members. Emsbo, unlucky. Still looking for her first bucket on senior night. Oh, the scoop shot, ripped down by Donovan. Donovan, look at the breakout. It's 4-on-1 at the moment. They'll go with the three from Mayer for a dagger. Emsbo gets the rebound, back up and in.
And the Blue Devil faithful on their feet for their senior.
Good drive to the basket. Oh, that's a nice pass. Well done.
Beautiful look by Johnson. She is just such an impressive freshman. Do you know she won the three-point shooting contest at the McDonald's All-America game?
That's big time. Because the bright lights are on, the cameras are rolling right, extra pressure.
It's just tough, but she just has not gotten a lot of open looks on the three-point line tonight. Credit the Duke defense.
Richardson. Oh, this, show me everything tonight, Reigan Richardson. Show me everything you got.
Wow, she is making her case for a first-team All-ACC selection, huh? She's just been stellar tonight.
She's only 4 points away from her career high of 28. That was how she started the season, remember, against Richmond.
Virginia just looks so unorganized, and Duke defense just making everything, just disrupting everything they do. Cam Taylor finally gets an easy one at the rim.
66-49. There have been moments where the Cavaliers have, for lack of a better word, showed what they did against North Carolina, where they dominated that game. But then, for the most part, though, it's been all Kara Lawson's Duke Blue Devils, Debbie.
Duke has just been too tough tonight, but it has been the junior Reigan Richardson leading.
Getting waxed at Boston College, Florida State trailing Louisville, and NC State also behind 3 as we've got 3:05 left here.
I never know what will happen night in and night out in the ACC. And look at that pass. Ashlyn Jackson to the senior Camilla Emsbo for another easy 2. Duke's gotten so many high percentage shots tonight, Dean.
So many. Donovan with the foul.
Share the basketball. Baseline drive. Help comes. Rotation is late. Another easy 2 by Duke.
Jackson with 4 assists. Mayer with 6 assists. Kennedy Brown's got 3 assists. Richardson's got 2. Cable's got 2. They really do share it.
19 assists on 26 made field goals.
(68-51). Press broken. Trying to trap Mayer. Brown and Emsbo both out there. Mayer wants it.
Mathematically now, Duke just needs to take care of the ball and run some time off the clock in every one of these possessions. Virginia needs the ball back.
Kanowa. Yes!
Why not? Why not, Dino?
Keeps her head in the game. Hasn't played a ton. It's not really been her night, but gets a 3.
And that's the beauty of Duke. If you maybe don't need her tonight, but on another night, she's the star of the game. It's the Duke team has so many options on any given night. It can be anyone.
That's why we're excited to be here every time we have the assignment of Duke women's basketball. Nice shot by the Cavaliers.
Freshman on freshman. 2 we talked about in the open. Talk about freshman Hannah Hidalgo at Notre Dame just broke the ACC freshman scoring record. What a year for freshmen in the ACC.
71-53. Kara Lawson with a new fan. Sean Nahas, the coach of the Courage, has been coming to the games. He's here. He's been coming to the practices. Mayer. Take a look at Duke's tournament resume. Kara Lawson, pretty good tournament resume here, Debbie.
I mean, look at their net 20, and they're still playing better, and they're still going to keep climbing the charts. And right now, Charlie Cream's got him at a 7, but I don't know, Dino, the way they're playing to win tonight, and then they play at Carolina. As you see Kara Lawson hug her seniors, get them out of the game. Cameron's on their feet. Duke's just all upside right now, Dean.
I agree.
And I agree with you. This is the team I do not want to play in the ACC tournament.
Okay, thank you.
They are just, they've got depth. They've got multiple scoring weapons. Their defense is one of the best in the country. And now we get a look at freshman Jordan Wood, the 4th member of that heralded recruiting class.
She's had bright moments during some of the games we've covered.
She's 6'4", you know, she's still growing into her body, but she's another really smart, talented player.
Crowd getting pretty excited too about Battistone coming in. Battistone out of Belgium, really great passer.
She's a lot of fun to watch. She came right at the holiday break, and she's been being force-fed Duke basketball systems and trying to get caught up. She's got an uncanny passing ability, reminiscent of Tisha Penichero, one of my favorite players ever.
Yeah, good. When you've got a great handle, that helps to be a great passer, and she's got a nice little handle that She missed it there, but good little leaner. Picked up by Jackson. He's got Battistone on one side. That's just a smart player right there, right? The Orange and the Wolfpack now tied with a minute to go.
So how about the Blue Devils? They're coming off back-to-back wins over ranked opponents. They went up to Syracuse, beat the Orange, then they faced number 6 NC State at home, beat the Wolfpack, held them to one of their lowest scoring totals of the year. Now they're going to get their 3rd win against a really good Virginia team that's on the upswing.
An air ball.
They'll cap off the season in Chapel Hill.
Yes.
That big rivalry game.
Sunday, 4 o'clock. The word is it's already sold out at Carmichael.
How much fun is it to watch women's basketball sell out all over the country this year? What a great year for the sport.
And what a great senior night for Kara Lawson's Duke Blue Devils. Debbie Taylor, your final score, Duke 73, Virginia 54.
Blue Devils again showing their just